and help, but we were invited inside. Pizzorno was finalising production of Kasabian's latest album.
Possibly.
The beautiful city by the bay is not a bad place to come for work, and Kasabian, with a succession of hits, are well used to long-haul travel. And wherever Serge and his bandmates find themselves, they always keep an eye on the English football scene.
I suppose it's escape, isn't it? You know, you can just get lost in just watching football. My mind's full all the time of like always things going on, and that just put the football on and just switch off for an hour or so. It's good.
Serge and Kasabian frontman Tom Megan are both lifelong Leicester City fans, so we decided to look back at the Foxes' time in the top flight, starting with their first campaign in the Premier League in 1994, which ended in relegation.
And funny enough, I had a season ticket right near Tom. He's like 3 rows back that season in the Carling stand. And then we got beat by Newcastle. First game of the season. Yeah, it was tough, you know, but it was, you know, the good. I mean, you knew where you wanted to be. You know, it's like, right, we're down, but we need to go straight back. We need to get back in that as quickly as possible because, you know, there's just nothing quite like seeing your side play against the, you know, top sides in England. You know, there's no disrespect to anyone down there, but you know, when you're going to Arsenal, United away, you know, and Chelsea, you know, it's great, man. Those stadiums, you know. So yeah, it was. Once you get that taste, you know, you need it back.
Despite relegation, far better times lay just ahead for Leicester fans, thanks to this man, manager Martin O'Neill. Appointed in 1996, the intense, clever Northern Irishman immediately guided Leicester straight back to the Premier League via the playoffs. O'Neill then set about becoming the best manager Leicester have had in modern times, and that most certainly is Serge's opinion.
Yeah, and as a person, it's just everything, you know, his charisma, his attitude. He's actually, I mean, you know, I very rarely have ever been starstruck, but he came to see us play at the NEC. And, you know, obviously, I mean, you know, he just came and we met him after. And I was just like, I was just in awe of the man, you know. And when you meet him, I mean, you can see why his side does do so well, because you'd run through a brick wall for the man. You know, he's one of them guys he's got so much, you know, just a special man. And I you know, there's the fact that he was into good music as well has also made it better. But those days, you know, I can't thank him enough for the days he gave to Leicester City, man. He was incredible.
Under O'Neill, the Foxes won the League Cup in 1997 and 2000, a team in the Premier League, and even qualified for Europe for the first time in more than 3 decades. It was truly a golden age for Leicester, though not all their fans fully realised it at the time.
But our friend's dad, we were walking to the game and he said, we had Bolton or someone at home, and he went, remember these days, because it does not get any better than this. And we were like, because we were kind of, well, I suppose we got blasé, we were used to it, we were like, yeah, well, it'll be all right, what are you talking about? He said, no, remember, because this is as good as it's ever going to get.
Times were indeed changing. O'Neill, who'd previously been courted by Leeds, was eventually lured to Celtic in 2000. It was a big blow from which Leicester never really recovered, with first Peter Taylor and then Mickey Adams and Dave Bassett failing to match the success of the O'Neill era. Satisfied they were an established Premier League club, Leicester had started constructing the Walkers Stadium, and Filbert Street, their home since 1891, was demolished in 2002, just as the team was relegated from the Premier League.
Yeah, it was horrible. I mean, really miss Filbert Street as well. I mean, at the time, you're sort of excited about new stadiums and, you know, get more people in the ground and that, but I really miss it. It was a frightening stadium to come, and it was a, you know, fortress. We made it a fortress, and teams didn't like playing there, and, you know, it's sort of all for change and moving on, but I do miss it. You know, I think Mickey Adams and they didn't have a good time down there, you know.
Leicester have yet to return to the Premier League since going down, but if they can get back into the top flight soon, then this Foxes fan will be able to hear the Walkers Stadium echo to his own music at the start of a match.
Yeah, that's pretty mental, yeah. that'd be, you know, they play a song when they score now, which is great. But no, if they walked out to something, that'd be phenomenal.